My name's Jake, and I swear, I never thought I'd be the guy to go full-on petty revenge mode over a lawn. But when Karen from the HOA called my front yard boring at the last neighborhood meeting, something in me snapped. I mean, come on. I'm just a single dad in my 30s, trying to keep my grass green and my kid happy in this cookie-cutter suburban hellscape called Willow Creek. My lawn wasn't winning any awards. Sure, basic grass, a couple of shrubs, nothing fancy but boring. That stung. Karen, with her perfect bob and her clipboard always at the ready, didn't just stop at boring. She went on a whole tirade in front of everyone, saying my yard was dragging down property values and an eyesore. The room went quiet. All eyes on me. And I just sat there, forcing a smile while my blood boiled. I could have let it go. I should have let it go. But nah. Karen picked the wrong guy to mess with. See, Willow Creek's HOA is Karen's personal kingdom. She's the president, naturally, and rules with an iron fist wrapped in a pastel cardigan. Every week, she's out there measuring grass heights with a ruler, leaving passive-aggressive notes about approved mailbox colors or unacceptable flower pot sizes. My yard, it met every damn rule in the HOA handbook, mowed weekly. No weeds, edges crisp. But Karen didn't care about rules this time. She just wanted to flex. And I wasn't about to let her win. That night, lying awake, I started scheming. If she thought my lawn was boring, I'd give her something to talk about. Something big. Something she couldn't ignore. The next morning, I called up my buddy Mike, who owns a landscaping business. Over beers, I pitched him my idea of full-on garden maze, like some English manor estate, right in my front yard. Mike laughed so hard he nearly choked. "You're gonna what?" "In Willow Creek, dude. Karen's gonna have a stroke?" But he was in. We spent days sketching it out, towering hedges, winding paths, and arched entrances that screamed, "Look at me." It'd be a masterpiece. Technically, within HOA rules, I triple-checked. But so over the top, it'd drive Karen nuts. The plan wasn't just to make my yard unboring. It was to make it a living monument to her overreach. I sank my savings into it, $10,000 every penny I had left from my last bonus. Worth it. The conflict kicked into high gear when the landscaping crew rolled in. By day 2, Karen was circling like a vulture. She showed up at my door, clipboard in hand, demanding to know what I was doing. Just sprucing up the yard. "Karen," I said, all innocent-like. "You said it was boring." "Right." Her eyes narrowed, but she couldn't find a single rule I was breaking. The handbook didn't say jack about mazes. She stormed off, muttering about community standards. By the end of the week, the maze was taking shape 6-foot-tall hedges, paths that looped and twisted, and 3 grand arched entrances woven with ivy. Neighbors started stopping by, gawking, snapping pics. Kids begged to run through it. Karen, she was losing it. I caught her measuring the arches, muttering about excessive vegetation. She left a note demanding I submit a landscape alteration form she'd conveniently never mentioned before. I ignored it. The real clash came when she called an emergency HOA meeting. Picture this, the community center, fluorescent lights buzzing, Karen at the front like she's prosecuting a murder case. She projected photos of my maze on a screen, calling it a garish stunt and a mockery of our neighborhood's aesthetic. I stood up, calm as you please, and said, Karen, you called my lawn boring. I fixed it. You're welcome. The room erupted. Some folks laughed. Others clapped. A few Karens in training gasped. She tried to fine me $500 for unapproved modifications, but I'd done my homework. The handbook required a vote for new fines, and her motion tanked. The crowd was on my side. She left red-faced, and I knew she wasn't done. Here's where it got wild. I decided to push it. I'd been holding back one last move, something to really stick it to her. Mike and I stayed up late one night, laughing like idiots as we painted a sign in bright red letters. Karen's Nightmare Maze. Enter if you dare. We staked it right at the maze's main entrance, where her daily walks would guarantee she'd see it. The next morning, I was sipping coffee on my porch when she spotted it. I swear, her scream could have woken a coma patient. She marched across the street, clipboard shaking in her hand, and started yelling about defamation and lawsuits. I just leaned back, grinning. It's just a sign. Karen, free speech. You know she was apoplectic, but she had nothing, no rule against signs. No legal ground to stand on. Neighbors started calling it the Karen Maze, and it spread like wildfire. People drove by just to see it. Someone even posted it on X, and it went viral, thousands of likes. Comments calling me a legend. Karen's reign was crumbling, and I was living for it. The fallout was glorious. Karen tried one last power play, sending a cease and desist letter from some shady lawyer friend. I called her bluff, had my own lawyer buddy draft a response, and she backed off. The maze stayed, and it became the neighborhood's worst-kept secret. Kids made it their playground. Teens held late-night hide-and-seek games, and even the grumpy old guy next door admitted it was pretty cool. Karen stopped her daily patrols past my house, probably too embarrassed to face the sign. The HOA meetings got quieter, her clipboard less menacing. I'd won not just a petty victory, but a full-on vibe shift. My yard wasn't just unboring, it was a statement. You don't mess with a man's lawn. Looking back, was it worth it? Hell yeah. 10 grand and a few weeks of chaos to shut down a tyrant, I'd do it again in a heartbeat. But here's the thing. What do you think? Was I the hero this neighborhood needed? Or did I take it too far? Drop your thoughts below. I'm dying to hear if you'd have gone bigger or played it safe. The end.